irrigation is part of farming's DNA worldwide, and it basically came out of IREX plastics. It's not just a simple system anymore, there's dozens of options.
It's still really simple, Rob. I mean, we try to do the best for all possibilities though, and that makes it very, very flexible. So we have a single pod unit, which is our one pod pack that we talked about later last year. We also have a 5 pod 1 hectare kit. So we have a system that in fact your DIY person can collect and operate on relatively small parcels of land. We also have, of course, much bigger commercial systems. But actually beyond that, we have a whole lot of flexibility. We have low angle sprinkler solutions for supplementary water in orchard situations.
We've got a whole row of them in here, let's have a look.
Yeah, if we have a look at the sprinkler types, this is the standard that really generated K-Line initially in the market. So a standard impact sprinkler, very low application rate, long period of time, very, very effective for pasture growth. We also added to that range into a Nelson wind fighter, because New Zealand's a windy place. Really, if you boil it down, there's wind in almost every place. So this performs better where you have a wind condition. And in fact, where you don't have a wind condition, actually it doesn't perform as well as this one here. Also, within this range, we have the opportunity to add a pressure reducing valve underneath the sprinkler, which is this unit here, which this is, in this case, 40 psi. But what that practically means is that where we've got a large amount of elevational change, so where we've got rolling downland or something like that, and obviously some sprinklers are operating higher than others, we can get still very, very good coverage across that land area. And then we also have, this is the same small pod, so whether it's a single pod or a 5 pod 1 hectare kit or your 1,000 hectares. This one is a much bigger flow rate, operate for a shorter time period, still applying the same amount of water. Because we don't want to waterlog the soil, obviously, we want to get the best for the pasture growth. But beyond that, we also have the ability to put a pop-up in there. So what happens is that when the pressure comes on, the sprinkler rises above the top of the pod and shoots out at a very, very low angle. And the effect of that is that under trees or supplementary in orchards where we don't want to wet the foliage, we have an opportunity still to irrigate. So even in that small chunk, there's quite a lot happening. And then we've also added in the opportunity of a tall riser, which enables this system then to do much taller crops. So for instance, where you're doing a canola or something like, or rape that's very high, we can still irrigate it with standard K-Line. So the same base structure, we're just adding to it.
The very tall one?
Yeah, well, if we take another step back and we look at the K-Line range, this unit here we see in the back is of course our standard pod, and then we've got a mid pod size, and then we've got a max pod size. In the mid pod range, we've also got the opportunity to go now to more than 2 metres in rise and actually get the sprinkler over even such as a maize crop. So that means that we can still do very much the same low application rate over a long time period and get the very best out of that particular crop. Applying water at the right time and applying it in the right manner will get us the best results.
And you still move them around a bit?
Absolutely. We're still, even in a system like this where there might be 8 in a line, we're using a 4-wheel motorbike, or in other parts of the world they might do it with a horse, but in our market, 4-wheel motorbike, simply towing the system from place to place. The difference is in this case, we're end pulling it rather than shifting it running like we would for the smaller pods. So there's some compromises to be made.
So really there's no crop or no need that you guys can't fill.
Absolutely. Whether in fact you're producing an amaryllis bulb or producing, let's say, carrot seed or any of those crops, actually we can do the whole thing in a K-line type system. The difference is just simply on how you actually shift it.